Alright, guys, so I'm a little tired, so you'll have to bear with me for sounding like I have Down syndrome, but yeah. No disrespect to people who have Down syndrome in any way. But yeah, so as you can see here, I'm banned from Twitch, and being the kind of person that I am, I always love the attention, so I enjoy I enjoy sometimes getting a rise out of people, so that's just the nature of myself. And I got banned on Twitch for harassment apparently, and I don't think Twitch is gonna unban me, so I'm basically going to bypass their ban. And I just wanted to do a quick video, not to try to impress people or anything like that. That's not my intention. I just, it's not trying to prove anything. It's just the fact that, you know, Twitch really isn't a platform that I'm trying to make money on. I have other ways of making money. It's just that some people are, their whole life is evolved around Twitch. Like, that's all they know in life, nothing else. And that's the problem with humans today is they lack skills because all they care about is playing video games. And one day Twitch isn't going to be around, and these kids who spent all their life playing a video game and streaming it on online will have no type of skill trade to get them a job. When this platform shuts down eventually, I mean, it's only a given amount of time until it shuts down. Nothing lasts forever. So, it's always good to have um, something to lean back on. That's why you shouldn't take Twitch as a serious way to make revenue. I mean, I get it. I see people are making tons of money off of Twitch. I get it. But, none of that stuff lasts forever. I mean, I can guarantee you that PewDiePie, his fame that he's living and the lifestyle that he's living isn't gonna last forever, and shit happens, and he could end up poor as fuck and living in the fucking hood like a lot of us are. So anyways, enough of the ranting. I figure I'd just show you guys a little something that I wanted to show you guys. And I figured I'd tweet this over to Twitch. I doubt they'll watch it, but yeah. So this isn't bragging. I just want to make this clear that I'm not trying to brag, not trying to make anybody think that I'm cool or that I'm an elite hex, or it doesn't take a genius to know how to change your IP address. But you know. Just figured I'd do a little video on this. I'm not going to log into Twitch. I'm just going to demonstrate basically bypassing the ban. If I decide to want to stream again, I've got I've got tons of emails. I used to play a video game where I've had over 100 accounts for a video game that I farmed as a mule on. So I've got plenty of accounts, and I can create a lot more. So it's not that big of a deal. It's just a matter of me just being in the mood to want to stream and, troll Twitch. That's what I like to do. So, as you can see, I'll refresh. And apparently F5 isn't something you want to use on OS X. So there you go. Still got the ban message. So I'm going to log into my router, and I want you to take in mind that each router is a lot different from somebody else's router. So your router might be different from mine if you don't have the model that I have. So you're on your own with, basically the whole MAC address changing. I will do a little explaining on how um, how the MAC address is evolved, and or how the MAC address is part of the equation here. I guess is the word. It might not be the correct word, but basically, if you have a wireless router connected to a cable or DSL modem, for example, your internet provider, they see your router first before they see your cable modem. So whatever MAC address that is being seen by your ISP, you have to change that in order to sometimes get a new IP address, or at least that's the way it's always worked for me. I mean, I've tried the whole story of unplugging my modem, and that works for some people. However, that's never worked for me ever in the past. The only way that I have been able to successfully get a new IP address, and the way that most ISPs work is they are on they give you a DHCP release time frame where your IP address is supposed to change, but that doesn't always happen. I believe for that to happen, you have to see when the DHCP release is going to be coming up, and before that time comes up, you have to basically unplug your modem and have it unplugged, so when that time frame comes around, you get a new IP address. And I'm not 100% sure if that's true or not either, but in theory, I think that's how it would work. But in the meantime, the way that I've always done it for bypassing IP bans, which is what Twitch uses, they use an account ban, and then they also ban the IP address. So sounds a little fucking stupid filling up your, I don't know whether they're using IP tables server side to ban IP addresses, or rather it's being stored in an SQL database. But when it comes to banning through IP tables or something like that, I mean, I've heard of many stories where you can actually, I'm not 100% sure, I might be using the wrong term when I say this, but I believe you can cause what is called a buffer overflow and cause the system to, I don't remember what it was, to crash or something like that, but you can look into that, crash IP tables or something like that, so you could probably put into Google. But anyways, enough of the rant. I've ranted long enough. So you take note of my IP address. This is my IP address here. It's 71.200.198.9. And I'm going to go in and change my IP address real quick. So I got to remember where it was located at. Again, I actually had it, and it slipped my mind of where it was at. Here it is. So this is a little different for a lot of you guys. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the MAC address here, and I'm going to use the MAC clone. What this is going to do is when I click this button called MAC clone, it's basically going to clone my MAC address for my NIC card, which is connected inside of my computer. So basically my NIC card is basically the Ethernet adapter that is connected to my motherboard. Now, it's not physically possible to change the MAC address. You can spoof it, but you really can't change it because the MAC address is hard coded into the hardware itself. But you can spoof it by changing a digit. But however, if you were to format your computer or wipe it out, you would get the same IP address back, the same MAC address back, I'm pretty sure of. So, and that's because the NIC card is hard-coded with the MAC address itself. So it's a little hard for me to explain in a newbie term, but so I'm just going to demonstrate. So we're going to click the MAC clone. There's my MAC address. I'm going to change the 0 at the end to a 1, and I'm going to click apply to this. Now I may need to unplug my router and plug it back in to get a new IP address, but I may not. So I'm going to go back to the network map now, and I'm going to see if my IP address has changed or not. And if it hasn't, I'll probably have to unplug my router to get a new IP address. And I apologize for talking so low. It's just that I'm just so freaking tired right now that I'm just half out of it. So my my internet is down, and this is predictable, and that's because I have to unplug my router to get a new IP address now. So I'm gonna go unplug my router from the power source and then plug it back in. And if you watch where it says disconnected, when it says connected, it'll have a different IP address. So I will be right back in just a second. Alright, so I got the router replugged in, and we're just waiting for the router to be assigned a new IP address via the cable modem. Shortly under here, this section here where my mouse is, hopefully you guys can see that, is where we'll have a new IP address. And when I go back to Twitch, I might still get the message that I'm blocked, and that could possibly be a cookie issue. That I'd have to delete my cookies to get around that. But with all due, I think it should probably work. So I might have to refresh my browser here to get the updates on the new IP address. So I'm just gonna go ahead and refresh my router page here, and you might get a page like this. This is gonna take a few seconds. Hopefully it'll, after a few, it'll redirect me to log into the router again. This is just one of the settings on my router, which has to configure itself. I mean, clearly you can read what it says, so. So I'll just give it a few refreshes, and hopefully we'll get logged right back into the modem. There we go. So log right back in, and there you go. You know, my IP address was a 71 IP address, and now I've got a new IP address here. And we're good to go over to old Twitch TV. So you might see my porn site that I actually visit. So I don't know if you guys will see my porn site, but you might see it if you're lucky. So we'll go over to Twitch TV. And there we go. Now we're no longer banned anymore. We got the login back up and everything. So now we can log into our new little Twitch channel that we create, and we'll be ready to stream in no time at all. And that is basically how you guys bypass a Twitch ban and whatnot for all the little people out there that don't know how to do it. So obviously, if I was to log in here, there's my Zarabyte name, and obviously I can't log into it because it's banned. But just for laughs and giggles, I'm gonna log into this account and see what if it shows the ban message or not. So it says here your account was subject of terms of service suspension violations category, the category of other. This was your third violation. As a result, we have given you your account an indefinite suspension from the site. But anyways, you guys can see here that I'm still able to access Twitch, and I can sign up for Twitch if I wanted to. So we can create a Twitch account here. So we'll call myself Zarabyte123, and we'll call my password 123, and my date of birth will be my normal date of birth of May 26th, 1983. And my email address will be crossbowms@gmail.com. And well, I'm not a robot. And now we made a new Twitch account. See? We're now on Twitch again. See how easy that was? Of course, we got to verify our email now, but I'm not going to verify that account because I'm sure Twitch is going to see this epic video that I made for them to laugh in their face so that they can give me another ban and I can change my IP address again. But the good thing is that I'm not normally going to be using my real IP address when I log into Twitch. I will have a VPN that will connect me to over 50 VPNs of selection at a given time. So, yeah. It's one of the beauty parts about having access to a VPN provider. So, and if it's always needed, I can change my IP address. So, fortunately, I have an unlimited supply of IP addresses. So, yeah. Anyways, that's my rant for today. Hope you guys didn't like this video. So, be sure to dislike this video, by the way. I will end this video now. By the way, be sure to check out freecst.com. That's freecst.com. Or check the description of the video below.